And of course, the best show in Africa continues. I hope you enjoyed Willie Oeba, and we had an amazing artist by the name Critical. Right about now, I want to take you to Alchemist, a place where we had an opportunity to watch a movie called Tomorrow by the embassy, that is the French embassy. We had an opportunity to meet their strategists. Their chief strategists, and of course we had an opportunity to meet some of their communication officers. They had something to say about the movie, but then how best to speak about it than to watch it. Keep on using the hashtag ATN Life in Style, hashtag ArtisticTuesday. But right about now, I'm sending you exactly to where we were, and the movie is just amazing. It's called Tomorrow, so you better check it out now. To the best show in Africa. This is hashtag KTN Life and Style, hashtag Artistic Tuesday with me, Brian Aseli. This is Art Scene, and we decided to delve into the French culture, and through music and the film is exactly why we are here tonight. So if you're out there, definitely want to interact with this gentleman that I'm just about to talk to. He is the in charge of cooperation and culture. His name is Cyril, and he's gonna tell us his French name. How are you, man?
I'm very fine, Brian.
I would have spoken in French, but then I know nothing, so just teach me something in French.
Ce n'est pas grave. Don't worry.
Man, this guy just went all in. But then tonight we are here because, basically, I'm here because I would like to watch the film tonight. So, what was it? What's the film all about?
Well, actually, I will be frank with you. I have not seen this film, and actually, I'm missing it now. But I know the film is about the challenge that the humanity faces in the face of climate change, all the changes in our environment, biodiversity, depletion, climate change. Basically, it's about solutions and to make people conscious about what is going around. So it's quite a famous film. Demain is the title of it. So tomorrow, it's how to imagine the future in our changing environment. And so this is the film is about that. It's quite a famous film in France. It's a documentary film by Cyril Dion and Mélanie Laurent.
I'm super excited to actually just watch the film because you've captured it in a very intriguing way, and I've watched some excerpts of it through the trailer, and it's done in different languages. Why do you think using different languages to capture this moment in time is very important?
Well, climate change is really a global threat. Everybody faces it. Some populations in the world, of course, are more confronted to it because they don't have the means to cope with climate change. It's the case in Africa in particular, where climate change is more acute. But when you look around, I mean, we are facing catastrophes everywhere. In Australia, as you have seen, although they have the means to face it, it's a catastrophe still. And given the path that we have taken in our growth process in the world, the growth population, we are really risking, going beyond the 2-degree limit, which was set by the Paris Agreement on climate change. Actually, the Paris Agreement, we know about the Paris Agreement to prevent climate change. Actually, it sets a limit of 1.5 degrees in comparison to the pre-industrial period, and we are actually on the path to really go beyond that ceiling, which really puts us at risk collectively.
Why did you decide to use a film to educate other than maybe come up with a symposium or a conference? Why a film and not any other mode of communication?
Well, actually, this event is one part of it. Actually, we did not mention first during our conversation that we are in the context of La Nuit des Idées. It's a concept, a French concept. Once per year, at the end of January, we celebrate public debates about, great challenges for humanity. It can be climate change, it can be gender equality. This year it's climate change. Not climate change, but being alive, which is quite a broad concept. And of course, when you speak about being alive, you speak about maybe artificial intelligence, robots, life after us. It can be climate change. And so we have decided to organize with some partners different events. This one with Alchemist, of course, is one thing. It's a screening. As I mentioned in my introduction in front of the audience, we have also some events on literature with Peter Kimani at the Alliance Française on Thursday. Nairobi Noir is the name of the initiative. And in Mombasa, it will be a scientific debate about marine biodiversity.
Is the response positive? Are people coming for the films? Are they responding positively to the exhibition?
This is the first event, so yes, I can see there is a lot of audience, very mixed one. So for Tuesday, it's good to see so many people coming for a documentary film, which is not very, how would I say, very.
It's not exciting like blockbuster movies.
Yes, it's not something you don't. It's not a comedy. I mean, you come here on a very serious topic, but still people are interesting. They drink beers, but they also look and think at the same time. It will be also a serious topic, I would say, in Mombasa. It will be, I think, more relaxing at the Alliance Française on Thursday here in Nairobi on literature, because it will be about short stories about your city, about your capital, Nairobi. With yes, with writers gathering around Peter Kimani to give their view about your changing city.
Thank you very much, Cyril, for your time. Any expectations, probably?
Well, we organize events the whole year. Actually, I'm representative of the embassy, but it's a whole team working on that. It's two Alliances Françaises, Nairobi, Mombasa. It's actually 3 institutes of research, a whole team at the French embassy. So all together we work with Kenyan partners to organize year-round events at the Alliance Française of Nairobi, of Mombasa, and in many other places. And I forgot to mention the French school also, which is an important place for us to organize things. Our upcoming events are numerous. I will mention 2. We have an event, a battle of breaking. It's a sport, it's a new discipline, a new Olympic discipline, in 1 week at the Alliance Française with the NGO Floor Rippers and 2 champions coming from France and Portugal. B-Boy Lilou, I advise you to come for that event. It will be very original and interesting. And during the whole month of March, we'll have a lot of events dedicated to Francophonie. You know, every March we celebrate La Francophonie, and this year we have a very big program with many things: humor, literature, debates, music, arts. And we'll have special events dedicated to science also, because, as you may know, this year Nairobi will host the 3rd global gathering of the next Einstein Forum. It's not a French initiative, it's an African initiative, but we'll have a lot of guests, special guests coming from France and other parts of the world at our initiative to participate in that forum.
Thank you very much for your time. And I'm super excited for the night. I'm still going to be talking to more people, so keep on watching KTN.
Ceux qui contribuent à la surpêche.
Les grands chalutiers peuvent pêcher jusqu'à 200 tonnes de poissons par jour, préparés directement à bord du bateau. Bien souvent, les équipages attrapent tout ce qu'ils peuvent, sans se préoccuper de la législation.
La pêche illégale concerne surtout la haute mer et les eaux des pays en développement. Il existe toutes sortes de combines pour faire entrer ces poissons en contrebande sur le marché légal et les étiqueter comme des prises légales. Ensuite, ils atterrissent dans nos assiettes.
La demande mondiale de thon en particulier ne cesse d'augmenter depuis que la vogue des sushis a conquis toute la planète. Le poisson est devenu un aliment à la mode et nous en consommons tellement que les stocks ne peuvent plus se renouveler.
L'Union européenne fait ce qu'elle peut pour détecter les prises illégales et les écarter des filières commerciales, mais cette pratique subsiste.
Un casse-tête pour le consommateur, qui a du mal à s'y retrouver. La grande distribution a mis en place de nouveaux systèmes d'identification. Un code-barre informe les clients sur la provenance du poisson. Un dispositif efficace pour les prises issues des eaux européennes, mais qui n'empêche pas la pêche illégale dans les pays en développement.
And I'm telling you, the movie night continues, and I just met Julie Briand. Okay, my French is being put to test right now. But she's going to tell us her name, her full name, and of course, some more details about what she does. Just talk to us and tell us your name in full, because I don't think I got the French accent.
Oh, you were good actually. So my name is Julie Briand and I work at the French Embassy as the attaché for French language. So basically I work for the development of French and other language in Kenya.
Talk to us about your involvement in the arts, maybe the francophone and the
Yeah.
involvement in art.
Okay, so what I can say first to continue with what we have tell before is that we organize in March the month of Francophonie. Like every French speaker, you know, we have a lot of French speakers here in Kenya, more than 40,000 students in Kenya, which is a lot, and they are really happy in March to gather together to spend times around French language. And it includes, of course, the arts. But this year, because of the next Einstein Forum, which is focused on science, we are really keen to develop the connection between arts and science, which is, I think, a basic. So we'll organize at Alliance Française of Nairobi various activities and exhibitions, linking art and science. For example, we will receive a very, very famous scientist from France and also from Australia in this exhibition called Urinotron, that I really invite you to visit, because it's really different and it will surprise you for sure.
I'm super excited. What are you expecting? What's your expectation?
For this exhibition, I can't say anything because it has to surprise you. It's something special, really special. And for the rest of our months of Francophonie, we have a lot of activities. We have contests of eloquence. We have music, concert, very good artists who are coming in Nairobi, in Mombasa. We have a lot of cinema, like today in French, but from anywhere, like from Tunisia, from Congo, from Egypt, for any country. So this is really important to celebrate this month of March. We also have a gastronomy contest, we'll have a sport contest, all around French and French language, not French country. It's really the month to celebrate our unification in this language. And art, it's part of it, because we'll have theaters, we'll have a very nice humorist from France and Tunisia who will come. This is art. So we'll have a big programmation, and I hope that we'll come and join and enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Julie, for your time. And it's going to be really exciting. So if you're out there and you love dance, music, they've told you about what's going to be happening in March. So let's march on to the next person. Nakwambia, sasa nimefika hapa hivi. These guys have been speaking French. Then I decided to get one of our own, Larry Asego. He's fluent in French, but speaks all kind of languages. So kama unajua Kiswahili, Sheng, and all the other things. He's formerly a radio presenter, but alituhepa atatuambia alienda kufanya nini huko, and he has exciting things to talk about. Larry.
How are you doing, man?
Mimi niko fiti, man. First of all, I'm so happy to see you, man.
Oh, man, good to see you. I mean, thanks for having me. It's brilliant. Brilliant, man.
Hebu tuambie, now you work for the French Embassy. What do you do?
Well, I'm head of press and communications at the French Embassy. So anything that has to do with, communication, public image, public diplomacy, that's where you find me. So it's not very far away from what I used to do. It's still communication, it's still journalism a bit. That's what I do, yeah.
That's super dope. But then I'd like you to talk about some of the things that you've actually planned from now till March. Nasikia mko busy mbaya, busy packed. So just talk to me about that. But specifically about the dance contest that you're bringing a champ to Kenya. Just finer details about that.
Well, there are a couple of things that are lined up from now until March, mostly in the artistic cultural scene, because that's one of the fortes when it comes to activity from the cultural cooperation of the French Embassy. I mean, there's the big one that everybody's waiting for. It's called the breaker, the break dancing. We are going to have let me just say break dancers, okay? We're going to have a two-time world breakdancing champion B-Boy Lilu. He's going to be coming to Kenya. He's going to be having a couple of workshops. He's going to be meeting some local dance groups. And then he's going to be holding one big performance at the Alliance Francaise. That is something that definitely you have to come through for on the 7th and the 8th. It's a big one because, this year, breakdancing has actually been included as an Olympic sport. So, slowly people are getting excited about, being able to go to the Olympics with something like breakdancing because it's a very physical thing. And we actually have some fantastic dance troops here in Kenya, and they've already shown their mettle. I remember like last year or 2 years ago actually, the FBA dancers, for instance, they went and performed in France. It was a competition. So it's something that actually can pay, and it's something that people are picking up. So at the Alliance Francaise, they're also going to be giving a chance to people who can break dance. Of course, you have to register. If you think you can break dance, register. You'll be given a chance to go on stage, and if the judges deem you fit, you never know where you might end up. You might just be ending up on a plane going to compete internationally, or going to join B-Boy Lulu in France. Yes.
True. I'm super excited about how I'm actually a beneficiary of some of the things that Alliance Francaise, because that's where I started as an actor, watched you on stage. But your involvement with the French embassy's involvement with the arts in Kenya is just pretty much growing by the day. So talk to us about that. How is it something that is done deliberately, or it's just a cultural thing for the French people?
No, I mean, of course, it's done very deliberately because it's in exchanging that we get to know what culture is all about. I get to know about the French culture, they get to know about the Kenyan culture. And for me, I'm lucky enough to be able to experience both worlds, to be able to direct that, if you work on this one, it might have this very nice positive effect. Take something as simple as cuisine. Gastronomy is something that the French is very reputed for. When it comes to French cuisine, everybody's like, c'est fantastique, that is what you want to eat. So they have something that is called Good France. Good France is Good de France, which basically means the tastes of France. And it's about training like Kenyan chefs on how to appreciate French cuisine. And this year we're going to make it even special because we're going to work with some of the TVET institutions. Yeah, when it comes to hotellery, all these fantastic colleges that produce some of the best chefs. We're going to get a French chef who's going to teach them a French cuisine, and then they're going to be having like a sort of competition to see who's going to make the best meal. And that's something that we are working on. And you see, that's a simple thing as if you take Kenyan ingredients and make them with a French touch, that's already a new meal you've created. And that's where that public diplomacy comes in when it comes to food. You see, so that's something simple as food. Things like dance, things like music. Music is one thing that traverses the borders. You don't have to understand French for you to appreciate French music, because there's also going to be a French DJ who's going to be coming over for that breaking competition. So the cultural aspect is there. No matter what you do, whether you're doing science, culture will also come in. Whether you're doing sports, culture will also come in, because the French, for instance, they are specialists in cycling. They have the Tour de France. Kenyans, we're athletes. How do we fuse the two? Right now, if you go to Eldoret, there's a group of fantastic riders who are actually doing fantastic work there. And we have a French gentleman who's actually training in Iten. He's been there for the past 3-4 years. So you see, we have people who are coming to train here, they appreciate, and that cultural exchange is a strong thing. And it has been going on for years. I mean, it's only that maybe people don't know so much about what has been going on, but has been going on for years. Alliance Francaise, of course, has always been at the center of all the cultural action that the French government is putting here. And they celebrated 70 years last year, and for good reason, because they've been here for that long. People don't realize, but they've been here for that long.
Maybe we are noticing the Chinese, but then that's a story for another day. Larry, thank you very much for creating time to be here with us and just sharing with us the plan that you have throughout the year.
Much appreciated, and just keep checking out our social media platforms. The French Embassy website, all the activities are there. Check out the Alliance Francaise Facebook and Twitter handles, and you'll find that the culture is just so rich. And this year is like a cultural year for me. It's 2020. Let's do it artistic, man.
Let's do it artistic. Right about now, we go on to the next segment. So if you're out there, keep on using the hashtag KTN Life and Style, hashtag ArtisticTuesday. Follow me at Brand_Aseli. Follow us at KTN Home_. See you out.